The notion that vaccines and global warming are lies used to oppress Christians is a complex and multifaceted topic. Proponents of this idea argue that these concepts are part of a larger agenda to undermine Christian values and exert control over the population. They claim that vaccines are a tool for population control, citing concerns about their safety and efficacy, while global warming is seen as a myth perpetuated to justify draconian environmental regulations that stifle economic growth and personal freedom. One of the primary concerns regarding vaccines is the perceived link between vaccinations and autism, despite the overwhelming scientific evidence to the contrary. Many Christians point to the use of aborted fetal cells in the development of certain vaccines, such as those for measles, mumps, and rubella, as a moral objection. They argue that this practice is incompatible with their faith and that alternative methods of vaccine development should be explored. Furthermore, the concept of informed consent is often cited, with many Christians feeling that they are not being adequately informed about the potential risks and ingredients of vaccines. Regarding global warming, some Christians believe that the scientific consensus on climate change is exaggerated or fabricated. They argue that the emphasis on environmentalism and sustainability is a veiled attempt to promote a secular, humanistic worldview that undermines traditional Christian values. The idea of stewardship of the earth is often cited as a biblical imperative, but some interpret this as a call to responsible resource management rather than radical environmental activism. Additionally, a perceived attack on fossil fuels and traditional energy sources is seen as an assault on economic freedom and the livelihoods of those who work in these industries. However, it is essential to examine the underlying assumptions and evidence behind these claims. The scientific consensus on vaccines is clear. They are a crucial tool in preventing infectious diseases and protecting public health. The World Health Organization, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and numerous other reputable health organizations have extensively reviewed the safety and efficacy of vaccines, and their conclusions are unequivocal. Similarly, the overwhelming majority of climate scientists agree that human activities, particularly the emission of greenhouse gases, are significantly contributing to global warming. However, the idea that vaccines and global warming are part of a concerted effort to oppress Christians is not supported by empirical evidence. Christians are not uniquely targeted by vaccine mandates or environmental regulations. Rather, these policies are designed to protect the health and well-being of the broader population, regardless of religious affiliation. It is also worth noting that many Christian denominations and organizations have taken proactive steps to address environmental issues and promote public health, recognizing the intrinsic value of caring for creation and protecting human life. In conclusion, while concerns about vaccines and global warming are valid and deserving of consideration, the notion that they are lies used to oppress Christians is not supported by the evidence. It is crucial to approach these issues with a nuanced understanding of the scientific consensus, the complexities of the topics, and the diverse perspectives within the Christian community. By engaging in respectful dialogue and examining the facts, Christians can work towards a more informed and compassionate response to these critical issues, one that balances individual freedoms with the greater good and promotes a more just and equitable world for all.